It's Ash from Super Videos back for another video for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. This is going to be my sneak peek breakdown for one of the sneak peeks that they released for the upcoming episode, Season 10 Episode 6, which is called Bonds. This one actually features Negan and the Whispers, so it's Negan basically being led by the Whispers back to the Whisperers camp. Beta's the person that's actually leading the Whispers, so he's the one in charge. And this specific sneak peek is actually pretty entertaining. It has to be one of the funniest sneak peeks that The Walking Dead has ever released, so that's pretty cool. And obviously, it's Negan and Beta's first episode together. If you remember, there was an interview that Jeffrey Dean Morgan did a couple weeks ago where he teased Negan and Beta's first episode. He said that it was one of the funniest episodes that he's read for The Walking Dead, and obviously we talked about that before, but based on this sneak peek alone, I can understand why he would say that, why he would say the first episode where we see Beta and Negan together is one of the funniest episodes, because the sneak peek alone, which is just a couple of minutes, is hilarious on its own. But with that said, let's jump right into it. So first we have Beta walking, and then we see his footprint, and then Negan walks behind Beta, and Negan says, "Honestly, fellas, or ladies, kind of hard to tell underneath the outfits." It's pretty clever, and I think it's these things that drive Beta and the other Whisperers crazy. Sometimes Negan just does not shut up. In this case, I think it makes for a pretty epic and entertaining episode. And then he says, "I want to join. I'm a joiner. Give me a damn application already." So one clue that we can get from this is that they're most definitely following his comic arc in terms of him joining the Whisperers or allegedly wanting to join the Whisperers. We don't know what's going to happen next, whether they follow the comics or not. It's unlikely that they won't at this point, but I don't want to ruin it for non-comic readers, but it seems like, at least, as far as Negan wanting to join the Whisperers, they're following the same arc. But going back to the dialogue, he says, "I mean, look at you guys. Cool-ass outfits, the whole back to the nature paleo vibe. You are a survivalist's wet dream." And I actually cracked up after that one. And then he says, not to mention the number one selling point, no more being eaten by the dead. And then he says, "But just out of curiosity, cause it's killing me. What do you got on down low? You flying around commando style, or you got like Walker Long Johns?" And that actually cracked me up as well, and it just made me smile. I mean, Negan's hilarious. When he wants to be hilarious, he can be hilarious. And that just goes to show you. So he's just cracking jokes at the Whisperers, at the same time trying to gain their trust. And then that basically triggers Beta. He turns around, puts two of his knives underneath Negan's throat, and he looks pissed off. And then Negan says, "Wow, cool your tits there, jelly green giant." Another hilarious line. I think that was straight from the comics, if I'm not wrong. It's one of the cool things that Negan calls Beta. Just one of them. The other one is much cooler. I won't say it here for non-comic readers, but we do see in Negan's expressions that he gets a little shaken up by that. He wasn't expecting Beta to be doing this, but obviously, Negan was trying to get under his skin, and it worked. Now, one other thing I want to mention, love the Whisper in the background carrying Lucille 2.0. But the other thing I want to mention is I absolutely love that they have blindfolded Negan. Aside from it looking like 50 Shades of Grey, that's funny in its own, but it just adds to the story. And I think they did the same thing in the comics. The Whisperers don't want everyone to know where their camp is, so it's extremely reasonable for them to blindfold people that they take back. Now, what makes Beta not want to kill Negan immediately and bring him back? That remains to be seen, but Negan has a plan, so we're gonna have to wait and see what that plan is exactly. But Beta and the Whisperers, I don't know what to expect from them in terms of how they're gonna react to Negan and how they're gonna treat Negan. And then Beta says, "Noise, constant noise," basically saying you talk too much. And then he says, "I should just slit your throat and be done with it." And that's the end of the sneak peek. Again, one of the coolest and most entertaining and hilarious sneak peeks that they've ever released, which may actually end up making for one of the most hilarious Walking Dead episodes ever. We're gonna have to wait and see. But that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.